Okay, so up at the top of this thing, there's a statement about if you have variables on both sides of the inequality. So on the left side, you got a term containing x, and the right side, you got a term containing x. So you have to use addition or subtraction to get those variable terms on the same side before you can combine them. All right? So it'll always use addition or subtraction if you have variable terms on both sides. And then once you use the addition or subtraction, then you can combine them, all right, either by adding or subtracting. So other than that, I mean, that's what that top statement up here said, this one. So we're just going to go right to the examples. We've already done this in chapter 2, except now we've got an inequality symbol in the middle instead of an equal sign. So let's go to number 1. So who's got a first step on number 1 for me? Neve, what you got? You could, but I'm more interested in trying to get the y. See how there's a y term on the left and a y term on the right? DeJuan, what do you got? Okay, that'll work. Now you got a choice here. You could either subtract y on both sides, or you could subtract 4y on both sides. It doesn't matter. So DeJuan said subtract 4y. So we're going to subtract 4y on the right, and we're going to subtract 4y on the left. So then these are still going to cancel out. That's 0. That's what you want. But now you can combine the y terms on the left-hand side. So what's 1y take away 4 y's? -3y. Good. So we got a -3y on the left. So -3y on the left, and then we got 18 on the right. And then we still got a less than or equal to in here. So how do we finish? Who said it? Somebody said it out there. Divide both sides by what, Neve? By -3, good. So I divide the left side by -3, and I divide the right side by -3. And then these -3's cancel out, make a 1. So I get y is less than or equal to -6.
Yes.
Is that good? What did I do wrong? Yeah, good. Said that's good. Yeah, you got to switch the inequality, right? If you divide both sides by a negative number, or if you multiply both sides of an inequality by a negative number, you have to flip the inequality the other way. So instead of being a less than or equal to, this needs to be a greater than or equal to. Okay, then we got to graph these just like we were before. So we got to put -6 on our number line. And then do we got open circle or closed circle?
Closed circle.
Yep, it's got the equal to bar right here, so it's going to be the closed circle. And which way do I shade? Good. Yeah, we want the y's that are greater than -6. Well, they are definitely to the right of -6. All right, let's go to number 2. So then who's got a, raise your hand, okay, just don't blurt it out. Who's got a first step on this one? Aiden, what do you got?
Subtract 2m and 4m.
Good. Yeah, subtract 2m on both sides. And again, the reason you're doing that is because you want these to cancel out, okay? So if you got a positive 2m there, you're going to need to subtract 2m to make it cancel out on the right-hand side. So on the left-hand side, now you got 4m's, take away 2m's. Well, that's 2m's. And then bring down the -3 and bring down the less than symbol and bring down the +6. Again, on the right-hand side, the 2m minus 2m, that cancels out and makes 0. And then from there, we just got a 2-step inequality, right? So we're just going to add 3 on both sides. Those are going to cancel out and make 0. So now we got 2m on the left. We got 9 on the right. And I've got a less than symbol in the middle. And then I just divide both sides by whatever number's in front of the variable. So on this one, I get, well, these 2's will cancel out and make a 1. So on the left-hand side, I got a m, or 1m. On the right-hand side, what do I got? Yeah. Yeah, 4.5, right? 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. Or you can write 4.5 if you want. Now, did I need to flip it? Nope. I divided both sides by a positive number, so I leave it the way it was, so it's still a less than. So then I go to graph this one, so I put 4.5 on my number line. And then open circle or closed? Open, because there's no equal to bar. So I got an open circle at 4.5, shaded to the, good. All right. I know 5 and 6 will be pretty fast, so we got 2 more longer ones here. So this one. So who's got a first step for me on this one? Let's see. Anybody else? Dwayne, I already got you. I already got Aiden. Let's see if we get Damien. What do you got?
Distribute the 2.
Good. Yep, so we got to distribute the 2. So we're going to do positive 2 times the positive k, and then we're going to do positive 2 times the negative 3. So 2 times k, that's just 2k. And then positive 2 times negative 3, that's a negative 6, so we write minus 6. And then at the same time here, why don't we do this? On the right-hand side, do you see that we got a couple terms that we can combine? We can combine this 6 right here and this negative 3, right? Because they're already on the same side. They're on the right-hand side of the inequality. So you can combine those like terms right away. So 6 minus 3, that's just 3. So I'm going to bring down the positive 3k. Oops. So bring down the positive 3k. And then we've got 6 minus 3. Well, that's just positive 3. So we'll write plus 3. Again, that addition symbol right here, that's what tells you that that 3 is positive 3. And then I'll bring down my inequality symbol, which was a greater than. And now I'm kind of like where I was on the previous problem, right? So who's got a next step for me? Again, raise your hand, don't blurt it out. Come on, I'll get back to you later. Jonathan?
Subtract 2k minus 3.
Yeah, yep. Or do you want to subtract the 3k or the 2k? It's up to you.
2.
The 2? Okay. So subtract 2k on both sides. So then that's 0. The 2k's will cancel out. And then all I have left on the left-hand side is a negative 6. And on the right-hand side, I've got 3k minus 2k. Well, that's 1k, or just k. And then plus 3. And then to get k by itself, I'll just finish it up. We'll subtract 3 on both sides. So then these will cancel out on the right-hand side. And on the left-hand side, I got negative 9. Then I got a greater than symbol, and then I got k on the right-hand side. And then again, on those, we usually like to rewrite those. So I'll rewrite that with the k on the left and the negative 9 on the right. And again, if it's pointing towards the k here, when I rewrite it, it's still got to be pointing towards the k. So like that. So saying negative 9 is greater than k, that's exactly the same thing as saying k is less than negative 9. But this will make it easier to graph. So then we put negative 9 on our number line. And then open circle or closed. Yep. There's no equal to bar, so it's open. And shaded which way? Good. Yeah, we need the numbers k less than negative 9. Well, they would be definitely to the left of negative 9. All right, let's go to the next one. Like I said, the 5 and 6 will be quick. So there's number 4. So who's got a first step on 4 for me again? Raise your hand, don't blurt it out. Sid, what do you got?
Gotta work in the parentheses, so you gotta multiply 5 by 2.
Yeah, what's that called? What property is that? Good. Yep. Yeah, so we got to distribute the 5 here. But then we might as well do this at the same time. On the other side, we got to distribute the 3. So we got to go 5 times 2, that's 10. And then 5 times a negative r. Well, it's a negative times it's a positive 5 times a negative r. So that's a positive times a negative. So that's going to be a negative 5r. So we write minus 5r. And then on the other side, we got 3 times r is 3r. And then, again, you got a positive 3 times a negative 2. So that's a negative 6. So we write minus 6. Again, that subtraction symbol right there, that implies that that 6 is negative. All right. Who's got a next step for me? This is the point in the year where I can actually like start calling on you guys because you actually know what you're doing. You know, like I couldn't do that in the beginning because, well, some people knew what they were doing, but the majority of you guys have the idea. Matt, what's up?
Add 5R.
Good. Yeah, so if we want, well, we got our choice. We could either add 5r on both sides or we could subtract 3r on both sides. Either way. But I'll go the way that Matt said. So he said add 5r on both sides. And again, that's to get the variables on the same side of the equal sign. To get both variable terms on the same side. So that you can combine them either by adding or subtracting. And again, he had to use a plus 5r to make that cancel out, right? If it's a negative 5r, you're going to need a positive 5r to make it cancel out and be 0. So all you have left on the left-hand side now is 10 is greater than or equal to. On the right-hand side, you got 3r's plus 5r's. So that gives you 8r's. And then bring down that minus 6. And then we're back to a 2-step inequality again. So we're going to add 6 on both sides. Those cancel out, make 0 on the right. So now on the left, we got 16. On the right, we got 8r. And in the middle, we still have a greater than or equal to. And then we just divide both sides by whatever number's in front of the variable. So we'll divide both sides by 8. And we will get, on the left, we got 16 divided by 8, that's 2. And on the right, we got 8 divided by 8, cancels out, makes a 1. So on the right, all we have is 1r. Again, we probably want to rewrite that with the r on the left and the number on the right. So let me do that right here. So let's put r on the left and the 2 on the right. And then you should see that this thing is pointing towards r. So we need it pointing towards r still. So it's going to go that way. Okay, so then we just put 2 on our number line. And then open or closed. Yep, it's closed because it's got the equal to bar. So it's a closed circle at 2. Shaded which way? Good. All right, then I told you number 5 and number 6 would go quick. So watch what happens on these. You guys good with that one? So number 5. So you got to get the variables on the same side, right? You got a x term on the left-hand side and you got an x term on the right-hand side. And you can't combine them until you get them on the same side of the equal sign. So you got to use addition or subtraction. So what would you guys do on this one? This is a weird one. Anybody got a first step? Rachel?
Subtract 2x from the other side.
Yep. Good. So subtract 2x on this side. Well, this is a weird one because when you subtract 2x on the other side, those cancel out and they make 0 and so do those.
So then the equation is not true.
So then you get, well, hold on, you get an equation then, or an inequality actually, that says negative 7 on the left. You got 5 on the right, and you got a less than or equal to in there. So is negative 7 less than or equal to 5?
No.
Was it less than? So is that true or false? The true or false, guys?
True.
It's true. Yeah, just think on the number line. Like if you're on a number line, here's 0, here's 5, -7's over here, right? The numbers that are less than are to the left of the other number, right? Or I don't want to say right. What's up?
So if you were a graph, would you put dots on each number and put a line through the middle?
Well, I'll show you in a second. But you guys get it. You see that number line I drew you? That -7 is less than 5, right? I mean, correct? Because it's to the left of it. On a number line, the smaller numbers are to the left.
Is it all real numbers then?
Well, hold on. Let me get this thing off of here. So then we decided that this was, what was it again? True or false? It's true. Yeah, so when you get a true statement like that, then you're right. It is all real numbers. So there's many solutions. You can either write all real numbers, or remember you can make this symbol right here. What that means if you put any number in for x, it's a solution. Like, give me a number for x, something weird.
2,198.
All right, 2,198. So if you put 2,198 in right here for this x and for this x, this inequality will be true. Doesn't matter. You could pick a fraction, you could put a weird decimal in there, you could put, -100. If I put -100 in for this x, and I put a -100 in for that x, this inequality will be true. All right, so any real number is a solution to that inequality. Okay, let's do 6. Now, you guys kind of know how this goes at this point, right? If that one was true and the answer is all real numbers, what do you think the next one's going to be?
False.
It's going to be false, and how many solutions are there going to be?
None.
None. Yeah, but let's see if that's what actually happens. Okay, so this one we got to start out, we got to distribute, right? So we're going to distribute this 2 and this 3. So just real quick, 2 times 3y, that's going to be 6y. 2 times -2 is going to be a -4. Then I bring down that other -4. That's got to be greater than or equal to. Then I distribute on the right-hand side. I got 3 times 2y, that's 6y. And then I got 3 times a +7 is a +21. Now, right now, I could combine like terms right here, right? Those two. -4, take away 4 more. No, -4, take away 4 more. -8. So on this side, we got 6y, and again, -4, take away 4 more is -8. And that's got to be greater than or equal to 6y plus 21. Now, what would be the next step on this normally? Go on. Well, you could do that. But remember, we're trying to get the variables on the same side by using addition or subtraction. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Subtract 6y from both sides. So subtract 6y on this side and subtract 6y on this side. Because we're trying to make them cancel out on the make 0, right? Well, then they make 0 on the left side also. So now all you have left on the left-hand side is -8. And on the right-hand side, you have a +21. And then in the middle, you have a greater than or equal to symbol. So is that true or false? That is false. -8 is not greater than 21. So this is false. So then how many solutions you got? All right, so you can either write out no solution, or you can just make this symbol, remember?
Wait, so how would you drop the all real numbers?
You would, well, yeah, we didn't do that on the last one. If you're gonna graph all real numbers, you'd shade in the entire number line. But I just didn't make you do that. Yeah, you could do that, guys. I didn't say that on the last one. This one, there's no solution, so you wouldn't shade anything here. On the other one, technically, I didn't do it, but on this one over here, all real numbers, if you wanted to shade them in, you would shade in the entire number line. But I just didn't bother doing that. All right, we got one more to go. We got a story problem. You guys good with 6? All right, let's do this one, then we got it. So only one to go. Okay, so this one says we got a home cleaning company. It charges, they're going to come out and power wash your house. They charge you $312 up front plus $12 per window. So we got $312 up front plus $12 per window. So then when you see that word per there, what does that mean? What's that? Yeah, that's multiply. So that tells us to multiply. That's the same thing as $12 for every window or $12 for each window. And let's go ahead and set that one up anyway then. So then we've got the home cleaning company. So home cleaning. So for home cleaning, we have got $312 up front plus $12 per window. So what do you want to use for the number of windows?
W.
That sounds good to me. All right, so W here is the number of windows, okay? So number of windows. Okay, so then on the other side, we've got, what's the other company? The Power Clean. So the second one is Power Clean, and it says they have no upfront fee. They just charge you $36 per window. So how would you write that? Yeah, good. Yeah, it's 36 per window, so it's a multiplication, right? So it's 36W. So the other side of this inequality is going to be for Power Clean. So Power Clean, they are just 36W. All right. So then we just got to figure out which way to put the inequality in there. It says, how many windows would a house have to make home cleaning less expensive? So we want, hold on here. We want home cleaning to be less expensive. So that means we want to have it pointing which way? Home cleaning needs to be less expensive, so which way should the inequality point? The point should go towards the what? Towards home cleaning or towards Power Clean?
Home clean?
Which one?
Home clean?
Yeah, home cleaning. You have to go this way, wouldn't it? Because it says we want home cleaning, this one, we want it to be less expensive than that one, than Power Clean. So we want home cleaning to be less. All right, let's solve this thing. So what would you guys do? Who's got a first step for me? Raise your hand, don't blurt it out. Ethan. Good. Yep. Yep, so subtract 12W on both sides. So we'll subtract 12W here. And we'll subtract 12W on the other side. All right, so then let me move over here a little bit. So now on the left-hand side, all we have, well, again, these cancel out. So on the left-hand side now, all we have is 312. On the right-hand side, we've got 36 Ws, take away 12 Ws. So how many Ws is that? Yep, good, 24 Ws. And then we still got our less than in the middle, right? All right, how we finish? What do we divide both sides by? Go on. What do I divide both sides by? Well, we got to get rid of the 24 out in front of the W, remember?
Oh, 22.
Yeah. Yes, we divide both sides by whatever number's in front of the variable. And then those cancel out on that side. What's 312 divided by 24? Go on. 13. So I get 13 is less than W. Well, let's flip that around the other way. So that's the same thing as saying W is greater than 13. All right, now let's answer the question. So the question was, how many windows would the house have to make home cleaning cheaper? It's got to have greater than 13. So if you got more than 13 windows, you're going to choose the home cleaning company because that's going to be cheaper. If you got less than 13 windows, then you're going to go with Power Clean. Make sense? You guys good? All right.